Hi everybody, Josh here from the Leeds Lounge. So the press conference has just finished. I've got my notes here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. And we're going to go through with what Farke has said. A lot of positivity, as usual, that comes from Farke in this press conference. So we're not going to waste any time really, and we're going to get straight into it. So once again on the press conference, Daniel Farke had nothing but positive things to say. He's very, very good with the way that he explains what's going on within the team to make it clear and concise to all of us as the fans and also everybody that's asking him the questions. Obviously, one of the first things that he touched on is that Southampton are in a bit of a slump at the moment with 4 losses in a row. And he also, when asked about Southampton, said that playing against Leeds is the game of the season for most, which I don't think is far from the truth, really. All you got to do is look at the 0-0 draw at Sheffield, against Sheffield, at Leeds, which I was at that game, unfortunately. And yeah, it is. It's like a cup final for most people. He then went on and discussed and said there are no new injuries, so that's fantastic for us to know there. So no new injuries that we didn't know about at the moment. Bamford still isn't 100%, but he is in topic for Saturday. So Daniel Farke has this tendency to not really give anything away, which is great because it doesn't allow teams to then plan for that. So if they're planning like, oh, Patrick Bamford's not in, or say for example when Ethan Ampadu was injured, he said Ethan Ampadu was injured, he then started and had a blinding game. So he doesn't give a lot away there. So yeah, Bamford not 100% he said, but he is in topic for Saturday. He touched on briefly about Matteo Joseph as well, said that he was pretty impressed with his pre-season. Obviously, still sort of back in training at the moment, not quite 100% fit. And he also mentioned about him playing that he can't just give him game time to bring him back. He's looking sharp on the training pitch, and maybe it would be more than wise to run him out in the under-21s. He will play an important part in the future, was one detail that Daniel Farke did say as well on Matteo Joseph. So obviously he was on the bench the other week. I believe he probably will be this weekend as well, but whether he gets a run out or not, that still remains to be seen. When he was asked about the weekend, our 3-0 win over Watford, he was asked if the players' headspace, as this game is not just physical, it's mental as well, if their headspace was in the right place. When asked this question, he said a win is always good for the mood, so the players turn up to training, obviously anxious and eager and hungry for the next game. That's a word that I really enjoyed. So it seems that the players are on a high at the moment, but Farke then did go on to say that it's all well and good being happy with yourselves for a win, but you must never be too happy. I think this was his basically way of saying, right, we've won that, now we need to think about the next one. So it's nice to see that he's keeping the players grounded. He's not letting them have their heads in the cloud, saying, yep, well done, we had what he described as the most complete performance that we've had so far whilst he's been here, but we need to keep that going. It's not like, oh, it's all done, we're getting promoted. It's like, right, that was great, now we need to focus on the next one. So Daniel Farke keeping the players very much grounded and clearly very happy with what he's seen in training this week. Briefly, he was asked about Costa as well. It looks like Costa will not be coming back to Leeds. Farke has said that he's not involved in any of Leeds' plans. He's a good lad and a great player. However, he's anxious to move. And I don't think it's a case of where Leeds are going to stop him. So he won't be involved in any of Leeds' future. Not really vital to this video today with the press conference. Just thought I'd mention it since it was included in the press conference. So yeah, had nothing but nice words to say about Costa. But it looks like he will not be part of this championship squad for this season, fighting for promotion. He was briefly asked as well about how poor Leeds have been in defensively the last couple of years, which we all know. We have been an absolute shambles at the back, and what he initially came in to do when obviously he came to Leeds. What was his point of call to then correct that? He said that possession-based football, so a lot like Bielsa, is where he targeted that, because with possession-based football, if you're keeping the possession in that midfield or to that front 4 or 3, depending on what formation you play, it relieves the defence. They can be more ready for any counter-attacks or any attacks that they deem obviously vital to defend. So yeah, the way that he tackled our defensive issues is by increasing the fitness of the players and obviously increasing that possession-based football, which I think we can see, especially from the last sort of 4 or 5 games, is working quite well. So yeah, possession-based football, so a lot like we've seen under Bielsa, is what Leeds will be playing this season. Finally, this was quite a short press conference. He was asked about Gruev at the end and what kind of role he would have within the team. Obviously, we know that he's fit, and he's fit enough to play and to be chosen for the squad. And Farke said that when you come to any league, especially this league being the Championship, as physical as it is normal that you need time to adapt, which I completely agree with. He's a top player. It's not an emergency to throw him in, and with the likes of Ampadu, Gray and Kamara playing the way that they are, it gives him time to adapt and work on his game. He's more than happy with what he's doing in training and sees that he will be a vital part of Leeds' plan for promotion this season. So that was the press conference. It was nice, it was short, it was sweet. There was nothing that we have to go, oh no, the so-and-so's out. So there was no new injury news, so that's always perfect. Obviously, Gnonto, Firpo and Spence are still out. Firpo still doesn't have a date to come back. Gnonto will be out, he reckons, until at least the next international break. And Spence is still on that 8-week trajectory that we all knew about. So he was asked also, about Rodon, obviously him being available to the game, and touched on basically that, you know, it's a difficult decision for a manager, and sometimes you have to upset players that you don't want to do that. I don't think that gave anything away that he would be playing Rodon or starting him on Saturday. I feel like Cooper didn't do a lot wrong. Obviously we won, we didn't concede, so it would be unfair for Cooper to come out of that, and you might as well take a winning team and throw them into the next game, and you've got those subs there to impact the game as and when and if needed. So yeah, it was a very positive press conference, nice and short and sweet from Daniel Farke, and no news that makes us want to pull our hair out and go, oh, Leeds are falling apart again. So it's absolutely great. I will have another video coming out just before the game on Saturday, which is basically just my pre-match stuff. Didn't realise he'd do the press conference so early, otherwise I'd have waited and put it all in one. But anyway, you've got an extra video this week, so look at you. I will be on the Not Another Leeds podcast this Friday at 8 PM after being on the final word with Joe last week, which was incredible, and thank you as well to Joe for that invite there. It's been brilliant, and the subscribers have been running up on my channel, which has kicked my ass into gear to actually put some videos out for you. So if you do like it, subscribe and click that notification bell as well for any time that I post a video or may go live in the future. Bit of excitement there if I do that. And yeah, we're going to wait and we're going to pray. Actually, I'm not praying. I'm going 3 points with Leeds on Saturday. I think 4-1. I think Rutter gets another. So yeah, we're going to have a good day on Saturday, I believe. Oh god, that was a Ted Lasso reference. Ugh. Anyway, I'm rambling as usual, which I always end my videos on. I'm going to love you. I'm going to leave you. Thank you very much. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Bye-bye.